is Savannah, and today I will be guiding you through a class where we will not be bearing any weight on the wrists. So this is perfect if you have a wrist injury, an elbow injury, or if you just want to give your wrists a break. Let's start in a seated position and just connect in with the breath. Inhale and exhale through the nose and allow each breath to be full and complete. Allow each breath to help you to come into this present moment. Notice whatever you are able to notice about your breath. The pace, the rhythm. Notice if your breath is smooth and steady or if it is a bit choppy. Notice how your body is feeling. If you're holding tension in your shoulders, in your jaw, and your forehead, maybe in your hips. Notice where you feel sore, perhaps. And notice the part of your body that feels really good. And then notice what your mental space is like. Are there lots of thoughts running through your mind? Is there something you are worried about right now? Is your mind off somewhere else? Or are you able to be present? There is no right or wrong answers here. Just observe what comes up for you at this time. Let's take 3 more big breaths. Allow the breath to travel in and out through the nose. One final breath. And then we'll come to a cross-legged position if you weren't already there. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, left hand comes down, right arm up and over for a side stretch. Stay here and breathe. Inhale, come back up through center, reach the arms up, and then exhale, right hand comes down, left arm up and over. Stay here and breathe for a couple of breaths. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the other side. Left hand comes down, right arm up and over. Be super light on the left hand. Not bearing too much weight there. Inhale, come back up through center. Switch it over to the other side. Right hand comes down, left arm up and over. You can even hover that bottom arm over the ground if you like, using some more core strength. Inhale back to center, exhale other side. Inhale back up through center, exhale other side. Off towards the right, inhale to the left, back to center, to the right. Inhale back to center, come into a twist. Bring your right hand to your left knee, left hand out behind you. Look over the left shoulder. Be super light on your hand that is behind you. Come back through to center. Take your left hand to your right knee, right hand out behind you. Be super light on your right hand. Come just onto the fingertips. Sit up super tall. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, switch it over. Look over the left shoulder. Super light on the left hand. Come back to center. Inhale, exhale, back over to the second side. Look over the right shoulder, super light on the right hand. You're just on the fingertips. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. From here, start to hinge forward from the hips, keeping the hands where they are. Allowing yourself to fold forward. Inhale, come up. Fold forward to wherever your body is taking you today. You can stay higher like this, or fold closer towards the ground. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, come up. One more here. Come back down. Hold here for one big breath in and out through the nose. Hands are at heart center. You're using some strength in your spine. Come back up. From here, face the front of your mat if you weren't already. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat, knees up towards the ceiling. Let's bring the knees over towards the right, and then back through center, over towards the left. Continue like this. Go at your own pace, and then we'll add on in a little bit. Now the next time you bring your knees to the right, bring some weight into each of your shins, the lower leg. Press into the legs to lift yourself up. If you aren't able to do that, just do what you can. Give it a couple of tries. Come back through center, knees up to the ceiling. Let's try that on the other side now. So bring the legs over to the left. Bring the weight into your knees, your shins, your feet. Hands up heart center. See if you can lift your hips up off of the ground. Using some hip strength, working on hip mobility. Bring the hips down, knees back through center, and just continue with this. Go at your own pace. Now, if you aren't able to lift up, just work towards lifting up. Bring the weight into your shins, into your knees. Lift up if you're able to. If not, that is okay. Let's take the knees back through center. And then over towards the left. Lift up if you're able to. Sit the hips back down. Let's continue. If you are getting the hang of this, feel free to move a little bit faster. Really good work for the hips. Warming up the lower body, preparing the body for what is to come in class today. Let's do a couple more on each side. You might be doing more or less depending on how fast or slow you are going. I'm going to do one more on each side. If you aren't able to do this, just know that this is something that you can work towards doing. Okay, let's come to stand up at the top of the mat now. So bring the weight into the feet, hands can be at heart center, or you can maybe bring the hands to the ground for a little bit of help coming up to stand. Wherever you get there is great. Standing at the top of the mat, inhale as you reach the arms up, look up towards the hands, hands come through heart center, bring your feet out to the sides of your mat. toes out, heels in a little bit. Then sit the hips low towards the ground into a Vinyasa, a yogi squat. So if you're up higher like that, that's good too. You'll just be working the lower body even more. It will be harder the higher up you are. So here, if you are lower, you can relax a little bit more in the pose. If you are higher up, it's more challenging. But either one is okay. You have to have more openness, more mobility, more range of motion in the hips in order to get yourself lower in the pose. Let's move from side to side. Now come all the way back up using the strength in your legs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. From here, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Touch the hands towards the ground. And then come into your squat, hands come down through heart center, rock from side to side. Inhale, come up, let's continue, hands come down through heart center, fold forward, touch the ground, touch the feet if you can. Lift up through the heart, lift up to the crown of the head as you come into your squat. Once you're there, rock from right to left. 2 more times, inhale, come up. Hands come through heart center, fold forward. Spine is parallel to the ground and then reach towards the feet. Sit the hips low, hands at heart center. Lift up through the crown of your head, rock from side to side. 1 more time, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold forward, touch the ground if you can. Sit the hips low, rock from side to side. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Let's bring the feet together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take your right hand down the right leg. Left arm up and over, come into a side stretch. Half moon. Look up towards the top elbow, the left elbow, looking towards the ceiling. Staying here for a little bit longer. Come back through center, switch sides. Left hand comes down the left leg, right arm up and over, look up towards the right elbow, up to the ceiling. Staying here for a couple of big breaths, in and out through the nose. Come back through center 1 more time on each side. Right hand down the right leg, left arm up and over, look towards the left elbow. Breathe here. Come back to center, other side. Left hand down, right arm up and over, look up towards the right elbow. Big breath here. Come back to center. Take your right arm out in front, left arm back behind. Keep the hips facing forward. If you would like, you can start to look back towards your left hand. Come back through the center, arms reach up. Then take your left arm forward, right arm back. Option to look forward. Keep the hips square, or you can look back towards your hand that is behind you. Inhale back to center 1 more time. Right hand comes forward, left arm goes back. Inhale back to center. Left arm forward, right arm goes back. Look towards the back hand if you like. Keep the hips squared though. Inhale, come back to center. Hands come through heart center. Hinge forward, keep the hands at heart center, hinging from the hips. And with the breath, inhale, come up to stand. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, slight bend in the knees. Make sure your knees are not completely locked out. Folding forward, and then coming back up to stand. Hinging reaching forward, coming to a halfway lift position. Hands stay at the heart center this whole time. And then shoulders up over the hips as you come to stand. Let's do one more. Inhale to stand. Exhale forward. Inhale to stand. Reach the arms up. Come to chair pose. Feet can come together or feet can be hip distance apart, whatever you like. If your feet are together, have the big toes together. Heels are a little bit farther apart. Arms can reach up overhead or hands at heart center. Either option is great. Sit low here. Reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Good. From here, start to sit all the way down to your mat. Coming into staff pose, so legs extend out long. Sit up super tall, shoulders over hips. Hands can rest onto your thighs. Engage your thighs so you feel your legs work here as you have your hands on your thighs. Sit up even taller. Super good posture. Shoulders away from the ears. Extend up higher through the crown of your head. Find more space along the length of your spine. Good. Plant your feet down onto the ground. Reach your arms forward and start to bring the weight into your feet as you start to come back into chair pose. Hands can come to heart center or arms reach up. And then come to stand. Let's do that a few more times. Sitting into your chair pose. I'm going to have my hands at heart center and then gradually sit the hips all the way down to the mat. Take your time. Get there however you need to. Extend the legs long. Shoulders over the hips. Crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. Point the toes towards the ceiling. Engage through the ankles, the shins, the calves, the legs. Feel your spine working here as well. Engage the core. Gaze is forward. Good. From here, bend the knees, plant the feet, reach forward with the arms, bring the weight into the feet as you come back into chair pose. Take one big breath here. Inhale and exhale through the nose. On your next inhale, come up to stand. Reach your arms up one more time. Sit back into your chair pose. Sit all the way down. Hips come down onto the mat. Staff pose, extend the legs long. This time, cross the left foot over the right leg, coming into a twist. Left hand comes behind you, right arm hugs onto the left knee. Look back behind you, coming into your twist. Originating the twist from the base of your spine and allowing it to make its way all the way up through the crown of the head. Let's release and take that on the other side. Extend that leg long, cross the right foot over the left leg. Right hand comes behind you, left arm wraps onto the right knee. Look over the right shoulder back behind you. Engage more into the left leg. Left toes up towards the ceiling, shoulders up over the hips. Settle into the pose and breathe. Take your time to release. Come back into staff pose. Then bend the knees, feet plant down onto the ground, arms reach forward. Come all the way up to stand, arms up, hands down through heart center. Good, sit back into chair pose. Heart reaches up, crown of the head up towards the ceiling as well, hips sit down lower. Gradually allow the hips to come all the way down. Come into boat pose. Hands can be on the thighs. Hands can be down on the mat if you'd like, or arms next to the legs for even more core strength. From here, plant the feet down. See if you can bring weight into your feet. Reach forward with the arms to come up to stand. Inhale, exhale, hands come down through heart center. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit down into chair pose. Come all the way to a seat. Boat pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Bring the feet down. Bring the weight into your feet as you bring the weight forward, reaching forward with your arms, coming up to stand all the way up, arms overhead, hands come down through heart center, sit back into your chair pose. Come all the way down, hips meet the ground, boat pose. Couple of breaths here, breathe in and out through your nose. One more big breath here. Option to extend the legs. Option to have the feet down on the ground. Still make sure you are leaning the weight back. Let's come out of this pose. Feet come down. Bring the weight into the feet. Arms reach forward. Come all the way up to stand. Hands come down through heart center. Inhale, reach up. Right hand comes down, the right leg, left arm reaches up and over for a side stretch. Come back through center, left hand down the left leg, right arm up and over. Option to look up towards the top elbow, up to the ceiling. Come back through center one more time each side. Left arm up and over. You can look up towards the left elbow. Right hand is on the right leg. Come back to center. Other side, looking up towards the right elbow, up to the ceiling. Left hand is down on the left leg. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your opposite hand to opposite elbow. You can bring the feet farther apart if that feels better for your hips or for your hamstrings. Find any movement that feels good for you. Bend the legs as much as you need to. Just hang out here for a little bit. From here, bring the hands onto the shins. Halfway lift, pull your heart forward. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, little weight in the hands here. Exhale, fold forward. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, come back to chair pose. From here, make your way down onto the mat. Come all the way onto your back. Bring your legs up to the ceiling. Arms up towards the feet. From here, reach your right hand towards your left foot, outer edge of the left foot. Left hand to the outer edge of the right foot. Keep switching. Right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. Move as fast or slow as you like. Allow your breath to be steady. Make sure you are not holding your breath. From here, bring your hands onto your hamstrings, the back of your thighs. Rock back and forth along the length of your spine. Come to boat pose. Plant your feet down, bring the weight into your feet. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale. Exhale, come into chair pose. Sit your hips low, come all the way back onto your back once again. Arms can come down onto the ground this time. Bring your right leg down to a hover over the ground. Bring it back up, left leg down to a hover. Bring it back up and keep continuing with this. Left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg, left, right, left, right, left, right. Continue. Go at your own pace. Move faster, move slower. Make sure you are not holding your breath though. Now bring your hands to the backs of your thighs. Rock back and forth 3 times. And then come to boat pose. Allow your spine to be super long. Heart reaches forward and up. From here, plant the feet down, shift the weight forward, come to stand, all the way up, arms reach up, exhale, hands to heart center. Let's move on, continuing with this. Sit the hips low, come to chair pose. Inhale here. On your next exhale breath, come all the way down. Come on to your back, legs go up, arms up towards the legs as well. Bring your right arm down behind you, left leg down out in front of you. Bring them back up. Right leg, left arm. Left leg, right arm. Keep switching. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. Let's continue. Left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. 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 Left arm, right leg. Let's do a few more on each side. Moving a little bit faster if you would like. From here, hug your legs into your chest. Rest here for 3 breaths in and out through the nose. Notice how you are feeling at this point in class. Bring your hands to your hamstrings, rock back and forth along the length of your spine 3 times. And once you're finished, landing in boat pose. Take 1 big breath in boat pose. Option to straighten the legs, option to bring the feet down in your boat pose, that's good too. Now we'll all take the feet down, bring the weight all the way into the feet, arms reach forward, come up to stand, inhale, arms reach up, exhale, hands down through heart center. Good. Sit back into chair pose. Bring your right knee down, and then your left knee. From here, keep the hands at heart center, start to keep the legs just as they are, and we'll lean back. Keep the head in line with the spine, then come back to starting position, shoulders over hips. Once again, we'll do this a few more times. So lean back, head is in line with the spine, come back to center. 1 more time. Come back to center, good. Take your hips down to your feet. Take a couple of breaths there, in and out through your nose. Allow each breath to be steady. Allow each breath to bring you back to this present moment. Let's come back to stand on the knees. Come back to chair pose. Stepping one foot forward and then the other. Holding in chair. Then come up to stand, arms reach up. Let's try that one more time. Step back with the left knee down to the mat this time. Then the right knee. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Hands stay at heart center. Head stays in line with the spine. And then when you're ready, start to take it into this camel lean back. Just like what we did before, leaning back, allowing the legs to be super engaged. Quadriceps, the front of the thighs are really working here. Come back to center. Let's try this 2 more times. Lean back. Come back to center 1 more time. Think of bringing your head up towards the wall that is behind you. Come back to center. Sit back onto your feet. Take a couple of breaths. Your hands can come down onto the thighs. Shoulders stack over the hips. Sit up taller if you can. Let's come to stand up onto the knees. Inhale, reach the arms up. Find as much space as you can here. Hands come down through heart center. Step up, top of the mat. Make your way into chair pose. Hold chair pose for 1 breath. And then on your next inhale breath, let's come all the way up to stand. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Let's turn to face the long edge of our mat. Heels will be in, toes out towards the ends of our mat. Hands at heart center, sit the hips low into goddess pose. Stay where you are, or if you would like to come up onto the right toes, heels lifted. Hold here. Set that heel down, do it on the left side, lifting the left heel high up off of the mat. Can you set the hips a little bit lower? Just a little bit longer here. Set the heel down, inhale, sweep the arms up, straighten through the legs. Look up towards the hands. Exhale, hands come through heart center, squat low. Let's continue. Arms reach up, straighten the legs. Exhale, hands come down through heart center, bend the knees. Inhale up, exhale, squat down low, hands together. Inhale, arms up, come to standing. Exhale, squat down low. Inhale, come up. Exhale, squat low. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, squat low. Bend your knees even more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Squat low through the hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Sit low. Bring your hands now to the back of your head, and then let's crunch to the right side. Bringing the right elbow towards the right thigh, right knee. Come back to center, left side, left elbow towards the left knee. Come back to center, right elbow towards the right knee, back to center, left elbow towards the left knee. Maybe it touches, maybe not. Right elbow, right knee, come back to center, left elbow, left knee. Let's do a few more. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Now go to the right and we're gonna do some pulses. So little range of motion up and down. Your elbow is not really close to your knee here. You're closer towards center. Come back to center now, and let's try that on the other side. Going towards the left, little pulses up and down. Very small range of motion. Come back. hands at heart center. Option to lift both heels up or option to keep the heels down. It's up to you. Staying right here for a couple of breaths. Good, let's bring the heels down. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up towards the hands. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, look up, straighten the legs. Exhale, squat down. One more time. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, come back to the top of your mat. Come to chair pose as you're ready. From here, we're going to twist to the right. Right elbow will come to the right thigh, right knee. Look to the right wall, right side of the room. Maybe look towards the right shoulder. Come back to center. Let's continue. Twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Now stay here and hold. Good. Come all the way back up to center. Arms reach up. Come to stand. Hands come down through heart center. Take a couple of breaths here before we do the other side. When you're ready, you can make your way back into chair pose as we move on to that twist and chair to the other side. Hands at heart center. Let's twist to the left. Right elbow to the left thigh. Come to center. Twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Use your core, twist from your core. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, and hold here. Good, come all the way up to stand, straighten through the legs, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Take a couple of breaths here, in and out through the nose. From here, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Fold forward, bend the knees. Come into a tabletop, come down onto your forearms. Step back to plank pose. So feet step back to the back of your mats. Forearms down, supporting you in this forearm plank. Your forearms are making the number 11 shape, so they are parallel to one another. From here, start to walk your feet towards your forearms. Dolphin pose. Walk the feet back to forearm plank. Set the hips down to the ground, Sphinx pose. Keep the toes just as they are. You'll be on the tops of your feet. Lift everything up into a forearm plank variation. Hold here for just one big breath, in and out through the nose. Set the hips down, Sphinx pose. Breathe here. From here, start to make your way into a tabletop position. Just bring the knees closer towards the elbows. You're on a tabletop with the forearms down. And then come to stand onto your knees. Moving into those camel lean backs a few more times. Hands can be on the hips if you prefer, otherwise hands at heart center. Toes can be tucked or untucked, it's up to you. Head stays over the shoulders in line with the spine. Legs are super engaged as you start to take it back. Think of bringing the head towards the wall that is behind you. Inhale back to center. Exhale to take it back. Inhale back to center. Let's do one more. Sit the hips down onto the feet. Hands can come onto the thighs and breathe here. From here, we'll bring the legs out in front of us to a wide-legged forward fold position. So legs go out wide. Hands will be at heart center. Engage your legs a lot. So you can have your hands on your thighs to start with. Feel your thighs press into your hands. Feel the muscles engaged. The toes are pressing up towards the ceiling. Hands at heart center once again. Crown of the head up to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale to hinge forward. Long spine. Inhale back to center. Let's do 4 more. Hinge forward from the hips. Start to fold forward. Come back to center as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale to come back up. 2 more. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you come back up. Last one here, let's hold it. Hands stay at heart center. Engage the legs, engage the spine. Feel your entire body working here. 1 more breath. Good, come back up. Hands come onto the legs and just stay here for a couple of breaths. Now make your way onto your back. Once you come onto your back, bring your knees into your chest. Let's take a quick happy baby here. Bend the knees come towards the sides of your body. You can grab onto your hamstrings, your shins, or your feet. Or maybe your second and your third finger and your thumb grab onto your big toe. Allow your hips to find a bit of an opening here. Come back to your breath. Notice how you feel. Pay attention to what is going on for you right now. Notice what happens as you deepen your breath. From here, hug the knees back into your chest. Arms wrap around the legs. 1 big breath here. And then extend the right leg long. Keep the left knee hugging in. Arms wrap around the left knee. Can you stretch your right leg longer towards the front of your space? Let's start to take the left knee towards the left shoulder. Bring the left knee back to center. Bring the right knee in toward your chest. Extend the left leg long. Arms wrap around the right knee. Can you stretch the left leg out longer towards the top of your mat? Can you allow your head and your shoulders and your neck to just relax down onto your mat? And then begin to bring the right knee towards the right shoulder, as much or as little as your hips are allowing you to go. Bring the right knee back towards center, left knee back into your chest now as well. Arms around the shins, around the knees, rock from side to side, gently massaging out your lower back. If there is any other poses you would like to do now to finish up your class, you can do so now. Taking whatever you need, whatever your body is asking for. And then when you are ready, just make your way into Shavasana. Legs go long, arms go long. Take up lots of space on your mat. Allow the eyes to close if that feels comfortable for you, or simply keep them open. And breathe. And be right here, right now, with yourself, with your mind, your body, your breath. Take this time. Take this opportunity of rest. Allow everything to come together. If your mind keeps traveling off to other places and other things, can you use your breath to bring it back? Remind yourself of each inhale and each exhale. Remind yourself that there is nowhere you have to be at this time. There's nothing that needs to be done. Whatever is can wait until you are done on your mat. Know that whatever it is that is pulling you away will be there for you after you practice. Allow your breath to be moving so easily and effortlessly in and out through either your nose or your mouth. Allow your mat and the ground beneath you to support you and to hold you in your Shavasana. Gradually allow some of the tension, the tightness the stress, the anxiety, the worries that you are holding on to in either your mind or your body. Allow that to release. Let go of that. Release yourself from anything that is not working for you at this time. And then time and time again, return back to your breath. Feel your belly rise as you inhale, and then allow your belly to fall back down towards your spine, towards your back body as you exhale. I encourage you to stay resting in your Shavasana for as long as you would like. Please take your time and take a moment at the end of your practice here to thank yourself. Thank yourself for stepping onto your mat, for moving your body, for taking care of yourself. Thank your body for all that it allows you to do. And take a moment to acknowledge all that you are capable of. Acknowledge how far you have come. And breathe into that. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I would love to hear any comments, suggestions, thoughts, or feedback in the comments of this video. You can share this practice with a friend, someone you think would enjoy it. You can subscribe to my channel if you have not already. From the very bottom of my heart, thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you have a beautiful day.